Hi, this is Mark at Spectra Web Designs. This is one of many videos I'm going to do around updating a shop, a WooCommerce shop that I would have created for you. So this is just videos that I shall create just to give you a helping hand. This is a completely made up shop, and I haven't spent a huge amount of time on designing this fantastic look, but I think it looks great just with the standard settings. So what this one is going to be about is creating a category. So when you've got a shop, no doubt on your shop page you will have categories. So what I'm going to do, we've got here a pottery, we've got paintings, and we've got brushes. So these would be the categories that all of your products in your shop would come under. So you would have a set category for it, for whatever that is for your shop. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and create the fourth one. Now I've created this pottery and painting and arty type website. So I've got pottery on there, paintings and brushes. I'm now looking to create one for paint. So this is what we do. You sign in to your website as you would normally, and you get to your dashboard. Now you go to your dashboard. Let me just go into the one I already have prepared. Your dashboard will be here. So on the left hand side you've got WooCommerce. But under products, if you hover over, if you click on it, I think everything comes underneath anyway. But you need to hover over and go to categories. So let's go down there. And it takes you to the categories page. And these are the ones that we've got. Now I'm going to delete this one because I've got one sitting there for paint because I was being a bit clever. Just checking. Yes, it is paint. I had a little of a mind blank there. So I'm going to delete that one and show you how I did it. So before I create, no, I'm going to do it now, and then we'll go back to tell you how to update. So on the left hand side here, you can see it says add new category. So click in the name, and because I want paint, I'm going to create paint. And then as you scroll down, you'll have an option to put an image in. Now this is the image that sits here. One of these three at the top. So, and you can see there, these are the ones that you can see on the page I've just shown you. So we click to add. Now, if you've been working on your website, you'll already know how to upload an image. And I would have sent you a video how to upload an image, so I'm not going to go into that. You've uploaded your images, and there's the one I need for paint. And you'd have watched my other images on how to resize. These are quite big. I wouldn't use that on the normal website. But you would have watched my other videos, and that would have explained to you how to resize an image. So anyway, we use it. So we've got this here. We've selected our image. We've just got paint. Simple as that. And we add new category. Now if you can see the uncategorized you can't get rid of. For some unknown reason it sits there. So, but with the way I set up the shops, it's not going to be an issue because we manually select what we want in our shop, which we're now going to do with paint. But before we go and do that, to get something to appear, it needs to have something in it. So you can see brushes, I've got one product already in there. I haven't created millions of products. Your shop will have the products in, and I'll do another video on how to update a product. So, but if you need to update any title or a picture, you can click on the title, brushes, and it takes you to this. Did you say brushes? You can change your picture. You can change your title up here. Okay, under name. Slug is something that is used behind the scene on the web page. It would be relevant for searches, etc. Okay, so you make the changes. Always scroll to the bottom and update. You have to update. If you get back to your shop and find it isn't there, then you know that you've not clicked update. All right, simple as that. So let's go back to the shop. We've got nothing in there now. Actually, what we need to do is put a product, link a product to paint, because we haven't got anything, and we know it won't show in the shop unless we put something with it. So I'm going to go to our products, which is all the stuff in the shop, and I'm just going to quickly create a product for it, which is add new, and I'm going to put paint, and I'm just going to, I'm not going to fill all this in because this is that's another lesson, but what I'm going to do is select paint in the categories. This is very quick. I couldn't think of had this done had I planned ahead, and I'm going to select this picture and set it. Excuse that in the background. I'm going to click all this just so we don't have any headers and footers on the page, and I'm going to just put a fictitious pricing of £1. This is another video, so just ignore this bit. I'm attaching a product to the category we've just created. So let's go back to the shop. That's updated. Now, this is the bit I needed to tell you. Click on the pen at the top right, as you know when you update things. Now, I've got the columns here, 4 columns. I want 4 on this page. This would have been set up for your website. If you had more, you would squeeze them in. That could be 6, but the pictures would be smaller. So let me show you. So if we had 6, if you wanted smaller pictures to squeeze more on, you could just change it here. All right. Remember, from my other videos, you need to be responsive. So if you can do a shortcut. So if you went to tablet, you would see you've got 3. You could make that 4 or 2, however you want that to look. And then if you click on this again, you go mobile. That's what it looks like on a mobile phone. So you might think, yeah, I would say 2 is always good. 1 that can be a little bit big, you could go to 1. 3 is just too much. You can see it just wouldn't work. But 1 you could have for your categories. 2 is great. People can see. And that's probably how I've set up your shop anyway. But this is just to let you know if you need to make any changes and options yourself. I'll keep this as 4. Category counts, we've got 4. This would normally be higher because you don't want to limit yourself to, you might be adding categories for the future. Now this is where you add it. Now under query, so say you've created a brand new category, you would need to add it manually. That's how we don't end up with that uncategorized category that you saw. Okay, so what we do is I've done a manual selection. We've got paintings, pottery, brushes, and I want to select, hang on a minute, let me just click update and update this page, because what I've done, I created the thing. So this is actually a good learning curve. If you've got your shop open and you've created a category, when you go back to your shop, you need to make sure it's all saved, but you need to refresh it because where we were sitting didn't know we'd created another category. So let's quickly go back here. We go to query and you can see now we've got this plus sign. That means there's categories there we can add that aren't being used. If that, as you saw just before I did that, there was nothing there. So click on that and there's our paint. It'll appear on the page. If you want your categories in a certain order, I'm going to take us back to the categories, and this is something that is actually very important, is that you can move them. You can move them into what order you want by dragging and dropping. So say for example we wanted paintings first, left click on this, move it up, and then we want paint, then we want brushes, then we want pottery, and then we remember to save. Oh no, that was add new category. Oh, this one you don't actually need to save. Oh, this is all going to be so confusing for you, but just take it. If you don't see a save option, it's automatic. What that's looking to do is add a new category. Changing them over does work. So what we'll do is we'll refresh our page, just reload, because it's saying we haven't saved, and that's fine. I'll probably have to add it again, but I just want them in the right order. I know it's a bit waffly, but hell, that's all fun. So query again, we want to add the paint, there we go. And update. So, and then we can preview by clicking this button, left button down just to open. So left control button down, sorry, on the keyboard, left bottom. If you hold that down when you click, it opens up a new page. For some reason my categories are not shown in a different order here, which is a bit poo. But that it would be relevant on other things which I shall go on to in the shop. So anyway, pottery, painting, paint and brushes. So we can click on them, and that would take us, so if we had 10 paintings, you click on that, then you go on to another page where you've got your 10 paintings. Here is, I've just got one of each thing. This is the categories at the top, underneath is the product. So if you're wondering what's happening there, that is, my shop just has the product shown quite randomly underneath. So I hope that helps. It's shown you this was really just about creating a category and getting it on the page. Hope that helps.